Hello everyone, it's a beautiful day here at my outdoor Guppy setup. Actually, the weather seems really bad today since we are currently experiencing super typhoon right now. So as you can see, it's very windy here at my place. Although in some parts of our country right now are currently experiencing floods and heavy rain, so I really hope that everyone is okay. Anyway, it's also very cloudy right now, so I'm expecting anytime today might rain. Today's video, I want to make an update of all the guppies I have here at my outdoor setup. Every morning, I always prepare frozen dapnya for some of my guppies. As you can see, this dapnya is still frozen solid, so we need to wait a couple of minutes before feeding it to my guppies. While waiting for the frozen dapnya, I also decided to harvest baby brine shrimps from my BBS hatchery. There's a lot of BBS sticking on the side of the hatchery, so I make sure to get rid of it by splashing drops of water. And BBS is actually expensive, so I make sure not to waste any amount. We are going to wait for about 3 to 5 minutes in order for the newly hatched brine shrimps to sink to the bottom. This way, it will be easier to harvest them later on. While waiting for the baby brine shrimps, let's take a look on my outdoor setup in this side. And as you can see, all the spots are occupied with fish tubs. These are large tubs, so currently I have plenty of colorful guppies that I'm growing here right now. And you can see some guppy grass plants that makes the water very clear. On the other side, you can see my 2 multi-layer rack, which holds 6 small tubs in each rack. Here, I decided to add 2 large plastic tubs, which contains 2 of my most beautiful guppy strains. First tub contains my quality Dombo Ear Mosaic Guppy pair, which I'm currently breeding right now. And the second tub contains my full gold Galwing Guppies, and I'm also breeding them right now as well. And the rest of the tubs also contains other guppy strains, and I'm sure you are very excited to see all of them inside a viewing tank. So later, we will check all of them one by one. After waiting, newly hatched baby brine shrimps have settled down at the bottom of the hatchery. And now, it's time to harvest them. We're gonna need a few brine shrimps only. So we're gonna take out enough brine shrimps to feed to our guppies this time. In order for the baby brine shrimps to live longer, we will place the aerator back. And this will keep them alive up to 24 hours inside this hatchery. After harvesting baby brine shrimps, some of the empty eggshells are still present, so we're gonna have to transfer it to a smaller cup, and then we're gonna add fresh water as well. We're gonna wait maybe 1 to 2 minutes so that all the BBS eggshells will sink to the bottom. While waiting, let's use this time to turn the light on to give lighting to my small tubs that I place here on my multi-layer rack. Now, let's check the BBS inside this white cup. And as you can see, all the newly hatched brine shrimps gathered on top while eggshells sink to the bottom already. Now, let's go ahead and transfer the baby brine shrimps gently to another cup to separate the baby brine shrimps and eggshells. If you remember, I bought a trio of purple ivory mosaic guppies from Vietnam early this year and breed them inside this tub. And I'm very lucky that it did give birth successfully. And all the baby ivory guppies that I grow in almost all of the small tubs that I have here. Since these tubs are quite small, I decided to grow 5 baby guppies in each tub to make sure the fry will grow in optimum level and avoid stunting their growth. I also have baby purple mosaic guppies, and I'm still stocking them in one tub since I don't have vacant tubs yet. Anyway, let's go ahead and feed our guppies with baby brine shrimps. First guppies that we are going to feed are my purple ivory guppy breeders that I have in this tub. Since you can't see them clearly in the tub, I decided to place them inside this viewing tank so you can see my current breeders properly. If you notice, there are 4 females inside this viewing tank. These 3 smaller females are actually my first batch of fry, and now I'm breeding all of them back to their father. The biggest female is my original imported female guppy from Vietnam, which is also the mother of the smaller females that I have here. And this is my beautiful male ivory breeder, which is also the father of the smaller females here. As mentioned earlier, most of the small tubs that I have here are currently housing juvenile purple mosaic guppies. So let's go ahead and feed my juvenile purple mosaic guppies with baby brine shrimps. Right now, I'm currently using teaspoon to make it easier to feed them. Since there are only 5 juvenile guppies in each tub, I only give 2 to 3 servings in each tub to distribute the food properly and avoid overfeeding to some tubs. In order to obtain fast growth, it is very important to feed them enough each time you feed them. But you should avoid overfeeding them as it will affect their health and also affects the water quality. Lastly, make sure that you feed them 3 to 5 times a day with live foods in order to achieve optimal growth. As promised earlier, I will show my guppies to you with this viewing tank I have right now. And I'm pretty sure you are very excited to see what's inside these interesting small tubs. First tub, we have 5 beautiful juvenile purple mosaic guppies. Here we have 2 beautiful females, and it's very obvious because they have dull coloration and visible gravid spot. And we also have 3 colorful males here with large dorsal fin, half moon shaped caudal with very interesting pattern, and I can see these guppies are really beautiful. After checking the guppies from the first tub, we will release the guppies back, and now we will check the second tub. By the way, you might ask why I mixed the males and females in one tub. Actually, when I started to grow them here, they were just tiny little fry. So at that time, I don't know the gender yet. And that's why, as you can see now, they are mixed of males and females. And the second tub, we have 3 colorful males and 1 beautiful female. Anyway, this is the only female. It has really nice half moon shaped caudal tail. And if you notice the dorsal of this female, it has a clear pattern, which means this is a great female to use for breeding in order to produce quality dorsal males. Out of 3 males I have in this group, this male has a very clear pattern on its dorsal and caudal fin. Plus, it has very large shark dorsal fin, which is very impressive. This is the second male, and the first thing I notice is his symmetrical pattern on its caudal fin, which is very attractive. However, the dorsal fin doesn't have much pattern on it, but overall, this is still a great looking male. This is the third male in this group, and this male really catches my attention. First thing I notice, it is very large shark dorsal fin, which is very attractive. Although the pattern on its caudal and dorsal is not very precise, but this guppy has a very strong coloration on both caudal and dorsal, which makes it very beautiful for me. This guppy is 10/10. Now let's go ahead and put the guppies back to their tub. I'm pretty sure you still want to see more purple guppies here at my outdoor setup, although there are still 3 more tubs that contains purple ivory guppies that you didn't see yet. So let's choose this tub right here, and then we will catch the guppies that I have here, and let's see if we can find some interesting purple guppies inside this tub. Here I was able to catch 4 juvenile purple ivory guppies. What I noticed about this group is that they are very shy and super active, so I'm having a hard time taking a video of them properly. Anyway, let's just put them back to the tub and let's continue feeding other guppies. At the bottom, I have 2 large tubs where I place all the guppies that I have rejected. Even though they are rejected already, I still feed them with live food sometimes. I'm sure you are curious about my rejected guppies, so now I'm gonna show you how they look like inside this viewing tank. First rejected guppy that I'm gonna show you is my purple ivory guppy short body. Next tab still contains rejected guppies from my purple ivory breeding results. Correct me if I'm wrong since I'm not good at guppy genetics. I think these are Asian Balau and all of them are males. So the juvenile purple mosaic guppies that I showed you earlier, and these guppies are siblings. Personally, I think these are throwback guppies, which means Asian Balau gene is used to create purple ivory guppies, and this is the reason why this type of guppies came out. So I decided to do some research about throwback genetics, and it says atavists, a genetic characteristic emerging after absence from several generations, are often called throwbacks. And there is also another meaning here, says a genetic throwback refers to the appearance of traits from previous generation that had seemingly been bred out of the current line. So it means that they use this type of guppies in order to create ivory mosaic guppies today. I think they are very interesting, so I'm just gonna keep them for now. Meanwhile, sky is getting darker already, so I think it's going to rain anytime soon. Anyway, in this tab, I have male grade B Dumbo ear mosaic guppies, and I'm also gonna feed them with baby brine shrimps. As you can see, they are very beautiful even when viewed on top, and this is why I really like this guppy strain. I'm sure you want to see them clearly, so I'm gonna catch most of them with this viewing tank, and we will see how beautiful these guppies are, even though these are grade B only. Even though these are not show grades, you can actually see that these males are really attractive. They have half moon shaped caudal fin, and really nice pattern on the Dumbo ear pectoral fin is present as well. While feeding my male Dumbo ear mosaic guppies, I noticed that the raindrops started already, and you can see the raindrop marks on the tubs. So I'm not sure if I can finish my update today. Anyway, let's continue feeding my guppies, especially the guppies that I have in these two large tubs and the rest of the tubs that I have here. As mentioned earlier, this is the tub where I breed my quality show grade Dumbo ear mosaic guppies. So I'm gonna feed it with baby brine shrimp as well. But first, I'm gonna show you the male and female Dumbo ear mosaic guppy breeder that I have in this tub. As you can see, these breeders are quality and without a doubt, really beautiful. This is the beautiful male. It has very large dorsal and half moon shaped caudal fin, plus the large pectoral fin, which makes this male very stunning. And this is the female Dumbo ear mosaic guppy breeder. It has dull coloration and half moon shaped caudal fin, which is very beautiful. Anyway, I noticed that the rain starts to get heavy already. So this is going to be the last guppy that I'm gonna show you today, where I place my other quality Dumbo ear mosaic guppy breeders. I just had a fever a week ago, so I don't want to get sick again, especially that there is a tropical storm right now, so we don't know what kind of virus this storm brings here in our country. In this tub, I have 3 breeder guppies, 2 females and 1 beautiful male. That's the male Dumbo ear mosaic guppy. It has large dorsal, oversized half moon shaped caudal fin, and large pectoral fin. I can't take the rain anymore, and as you can see, my shoulder sleeves are full of raindrops already. So I will put the guppies back to the tub now. And since I still have BBS left, then I will just feed it to the remaining guppies that you did not see yet, especially the 24K full gold guppies that I have here. And the next episode, I will show them to you inside a viewing tank. And meanwhile, I forgot the frozen dapnia earlier, so we will just feed it to the other remaining guppies that I have here outdoor. I still have a lot of guppies that I'd like to show you. Unfortunately, it's a bad timing today. But don't worry, we will have part 2 of this video. That's all for today, and thank you for watching.